make choices that led me here? Sure, you bet. I'm not the kind to let myself off the hook. But if you really knew me, you'd think I'd be the last person to wind up here. When you're a teenager in Columbus, Ohio, all you really want is a car, a girl, nice clothes, and to not feel like a total loser. And look at me, going central, terrified, and I mean terrified of not fitting in.
When Andrew was about 4 years old, I was divorced, and it was tough on Andrew not having a father. When Andrew was about 12, I started dating, but as the boys got older, it was more difficult to kind of play both roles. And I asked Bud to help with the boys.
Marshmallow Bud? Sure. My mom and Bud really tried. It wasn't their fault. I mean, I was the one still searching for something, and I guess I just didn't think I was going to find it at home.
Andrew was going to begin high school, and I think Andrew had more trouble adapting to a new environment.
He was the new kid in class, and it didn't really strike me as the type of person that my friends would hang out with because he was that video game kid, but then he just kind of grew on us. Yo, project is that. A bunch of us worked at this fast food restaurant together.
None of us is blood, but we was always there for each other.
We would always pull pranks on people. I remember one time working the drive-thru, and I see my brother and Andrew pulling around the drive-thru, driving my car. Honked and waved at me, and I'm thinking, how did you get my keys?
Yeah, all that clowning around, just nervous energy to hide the awkwardness I still felt inside. But guess what? It worked. And then I found her.
Now, the first time I met Andrew, I was a freshman in high school. Andrew was my first love. He could just really make a joke out of anything. He could just always make you smile.
Sure, I tried to play it cool, like I was smooth with the ladies. But the truth was, she was my first love, too. First, last, and only.
One day, Bud came to me and told me that a lot of Andrew's friends had gotten in trouble for stealing, and he believed that Andrew was with him. Andrew wouldn't talk to me about it. He didn't deny doing it, just wouldn't talk to us about it.
As we got older, they steal 5, 6, 7, 8 car CD players a day.
There was nothing I wanted as much as my own place, but I couldn't afford it. And then someone showed me how to jimmy a lock on a car, and then suddenly, I could.
Once Andrew moved out into his apartment, I was afraid he was getting into things he shouldn't.
Yeah, getting into a whole new crowd. These guys weren't playing around in fast food restaurants. They meant business.
Early on in the investigation, we learned from family and friends that there was a particular incident that happened just days before Andrew Dotson was murdered. A guy by the name of Jared Dilley had got into it with Andrew Dotson over Bobby.
Look at me, trying to act tough with this little punk Jared Dilley, just because he kept flirting with my girl.
Andrew's usually never pissed off like that. Andrew wasn't even a fighter.
A guy by the name of Jesse James, I gotta love the name. Jesse James was coming to back up Jared Dilley for this fight. Andrew was then at that point hanging out with the kind of a rough crowd. And Andrew brought his new friends to back him up. Then apparently someone brought a baseball bat. And then someone brought a .45, and then it escalated into not just two guys fighting, but rounds being thrown. And Jesse James got shot. Jesse James had the criminal record. He had a propensity for violence. He had a motive. And Andrew's body was found in the cornfield, which was close by where Jesse actually lived.
Of course, that made Jesse the prime suspect for my murder.
Jesse James and Jared Dilley became people we wanted to talk to. Well, Jesse wouldn't talk to us. So Jared Dilley was brought in to be interviewed.
Jared, when was the last time you saw Andrew?